Hope is the only thing that is going to carry you from where you are to where you are supposed to be. And I am talking to somebody right now who has been thinking about giving up. You have been thinking about throwing in the towel. You have been looking at your life, looking at your bank account, looking at your relationships, looking at your dreams, and you have been saying, maybe this is not for me. See, here is what most people do not understand. Where you are right now is not where you are going to be. This is temporary. This is a chapter and it is not the whole book. Too many people look at their current circumstances and they think this is it. They think this is all there is. They think because today looks a certain way that tomorrow has to look the same way. But that is a lie. That is the biggest lie you could ever believe. I have been broke. I have been broken. I have been so low I could not see up. I have slept in places I would never tell you about. I have had to choose between eating and keeping the lights on. I have had people I love walk away from me. I have had doors slammed in my face so many times I lost count. But here is what I knew even then. This is not it. This is not how my story ends. Your situation right now does not define you. It does not determine your future. It is simply where you are, not where you are going. You have to separate your current address from your final destination. Just because you are living in struggle right now does not mean you have to stay there. Just because things are hard right now does not mean they will always be hard. I need you to understand that every successful person you admire, every person you look up to, every person whose life you wish you had was once exactly where you are. They were once broke. They were once broken. They were once counted out. They were once told they would never make it. But they did not accept that as their final answer. They kept moving. They kept believing. They kept pushing. Your circumstances are subject to change. Let me say that again because I need it to sink in. Your circumstances are subject to change. The job you lost, the relationship that ended, the business that failed, the dream that seems dead, all of that can turn around. All of that can shift. But you have to stay in the game long enough for the shift to happen. I have seen people go from homeless to homeowners. I have seen people go from food stamps to owning restaurants. I have seen people go from prison cells to corporate offices. I have seen people go from rock bottom to the top of the mountain. And every single one of them had one thing in common. They refused to believe that their situation was permanent. So I need you to stop looking at your life like this is it. Stop accepting your current condition as your final destination. Stop letting where you are convince you that you cannot get to where you want to be. You are in a chapter, a hard chapter, maybe a painful chapter, possibly, but it is still just a chapter, and the next chapter could change everything. Let me tell you something, because I think people get this twisted. You think that because you failed that means you are a failure. No, no, no. Listen to me carefully. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. You cannot succeed without failing first. It is impossible. It has never been done. Every single person who has ever made it big, who has ever achieved something great, who has ever become somebody has failed more than they won. But here is the difference between people who make it and people who do not. The people who made it did not stop when they failed. They got back up. They adjusted. They learned something and they kept moving. The people who never make it are the ones who let failure be the final word. They let one setback define them. They let one loss convince them that they were never meant to win. I need you to change the way you look at failure. Failure is not a stop sign. Failure is a teacher. Every time you fail, you learn something. You learn what does not work. You learn what you need to improve. You learn where your weaknesses are. You learn how to be better next time. Failure is education. And the more you fail, the smarter you get. Think about a baby learning to walk. That baby falls down hundreds of times, hundreds. But nobody looks at that baby and says, well, I guess walking is not for you. Nobody says that the baby is a failure. We expect the baby to fall. We expect the baby to struggle. And we know that eventually with enough tries that baby is going to walk. Then that baby is going to run. Why do we understand that for babies but not for ourselves? You are going to fall. Accept it, embrace it, learn from it, and then get back up and try again. Stop being ashamed of failure. Stop hiding your failures. Stop letting failure make you feel like you are not good enough. Failure just means you are trying. Failure just means you are in the game. Failure just means you have not figured it out yet. Some of the greatest inventions in history came after thousands of failures. Some of the biggest companies in the world were built on a foundation of failed attempts. Some of the most successful people alive today have bankruptcy in their past, have divorce in their past, have public humiliation in their past. But they did not let that stop them. They used it as fuel. They used it as motivation. They used it as a stepping stone to something greater. So the next time you fail, and you will fail, I want you to smile. I want you to look at that failure and say, thank you for the lesson. I want you to dust yourself off, adjust your approach and go right back at it. Because failure is not your enemy. Quitting is your enemy. Giving up is your enemy. Accepting defeat is your enemy. Failure is just part of the process. You cannot take advice from people who have not been where you are trying to go. You cannot let somebody who has never built anything tell you how to build something. You cannot let people who are comfortable with average tell you to stop reaching for extraordinary. That does not make sense. That is like taking swimming lessons from someone who has never been in the water. There are going to be people in your life, some of them close to you, some of them family, some of them friends, who are going to tell you to be realistic. They are going to tell you to play it safe. They are going to tell you that your dream is too big. They are going to tell you that people like you do not make it. They are going to tell you to get a regular job and stop chasing fantasies. But let me ask you something. What do they know about big dreams? What have they built? What have they accomplished? What have they risked? What have they sacrificed? If they have never climbed the mountain you are trying to climb, why would you let them tell you it cannot be done? They do not know. They have never been there. Their opinion is not based on experience, it is based on fear. See, here is what happens when you start dreaming big. When you start talking about doing something different, when you start believing you can have more than what your environment shows you, it makes other people uncomfortable. Your ambition becomes a mirror that reflects their lack of ambition. Your faith becomes a spotlight on their doubt. And instead of being inspired by you, they try to pull you back down to where they are. Stop listening to small-minded people when God put a big vision in your heart. They cannot see what you see because the vision was not given to them. It was given to you. Your dream was placed in your heart for a reason. It was not placed in their heart. So of course they do not understand it. Of course they cannot see it. Of course they think it is impossible. It is not their dream to see, it is yours. You need to be very careful about who you share your dreams with. Not everybody deserves to hear what is in your heart. Not everybody has the capacity to handle your vision. Some people will take your dream and try to crush it before it even has a chance to grow. Some people will plant seeds of doubt that take root and choke out your faith. Protect your dream like it is precious, because it is. Find people who believe in you. Find people who have been where you want to go. Find people who can speak from experience, not fear. Find people who will encourage you when it gets hard, not tell you to quit. Find people who see the greatness in you even when you cannot see it yourself. Those are the voices you should be listening to. Everybody else, let it go in one ear and out the other. Here is the truth that nobody wants to tell you. There is going to come a point in your journey where you are the only one who believes. Your mama might doubt you. Your daddy might doubt you. Your spouse might doubt you. Your friends might doubt you. Everybody around you might be looking at you like you are crazy, like you have lost your mind, like you need to wake up and smell the coffee. But you have to believe anyway. You have to hold on to that belief even when everybody is telling you to let it go. You have to grip your faith so tight that nobody can pry it from your fingers. Because if you let go, it is over. If you stop believing, the dream dies. Your belief is the life support system for your vision. The moment you stop believing is the moment it flatlines. I need you to understand something. Other people cannot believe for you. They cannot have faith in you. They cannot carry your dream for you. This is your responsibility. This is your job. You are the keeper of your own vision. And no matter how many people walk away, no matter how many people laugh, no matter how many people shake their heads, you have to stand firm. Look in that mirror every morning and say, I do not care what they think. I do not care what they see. I know what is inside of me. I know what I am capable of, and I am going to make this happen. Say it until you believe it. Say it until it becomes part of who you are. Say it until their doubt cannot touch you anymore. Your belief has to be stronger than their doubt. Your vision has to be clearer than their blindness. Your faith has to be bigger than their fear. You have to become unshakable. You have to become immovable. You have to get to a place where it does not matter what anybody says, because you know what you know. And here is the beautiful thing. When you finally make it, when you finally break through, when you finally achieve what everybody said was impossible, those same people who doubted you are going to come around. They are going to act as if they believed in you all along. They are going to want to be part of your success. But you will remember who believed when it was hard to believe. You will remember who stood with you when everybody else walked away. Believe in yourself even when you are the only one in the room who does. That belief is going to carry you through the darkest nights. That belief is going to push you through the hardest days. That belief is going to be the difference between making it and giving up. So whatever you do, however hard it gets, do not stop believing. Now I am going to talk about something really important to me. You need faith. You need something bigger than yourself to hold on to, because there are going to be moments in this life where your own strength is not enough. There are going to be nights when you cannot see the way forward. There are going to be times when logic says quit, the numbers say quit, and everybody says quit. But faith says keep going. Faith says there is something on the other side of this. Faith says you are not alone. Faith says your steps are being ordered even when you cannot see the path. Faith says this pain has a purpose. Faith says this struggle is building something. Faith says hold on just a little bit longer. I am not here to preach religion to you, but I am here to tell you that when you connect yourself to something higher, when you believe that there is a purpose for your life, when you trust that you are here for a reason, that is when things start to shift. That is when doors start to open that should not open. That is when people start to help you who have no reason to help you. That is when miracles start happening. Faith does not make it easy. Let me be clear about that. Faith does not remove the struggle. Faith does not eliminate the pain. Faith does not make the road smooth. But faith makes it possible. Faith gives you the strength to keep walking when your legs want to give out. Faith gives you the courage to keep fighting when everything in you wants to surrender. Some of you have been trying to do this thing on your own. You have been trying to figure it out on your own. You have been trying to make it happen with your own power, and you are exhausted. You are drained. You are running on empty because you were never meant to carry this alone. You were never meant to do this by yourself. Tap into something bigger than you. Tap into a power that does not run out. Tap into a strength that does not get tired. Tap into a wisdom that sees what you cannot see. That is what faith gives you. That is what believing in something higher provides. It is a resource that never depletes. It is a well that never runs dry. When you operate in faith, you can face things that would break other people. When you walk in faith, you can endure seasons that would destroy other people. When you live by faith, you can stand in storms that would drown other people, because you know that something bigger is working on your behalf. And that changes everything. Everybody in here has a gift. You were born with something special, something unique, something that only you can do the way you do it. There is something inside of you that the world needs. There is something inside of you that solves a problem. There is something inside of you that was meant to be shared. And that gift, when you develop it and deploy it, will make room for you. Your gift will make room for you. Do you understand what I am saying? You do not have to force doors open when you are walking in your gift. You do not have to beg for opportunities when you are operating in your purpose. You do not have to manipulate and scheme and play games when you are functioning in what you were born to do. The gift opens doors. The gift creates space. The gift attracts what is meant for you. But here is the thing. You have to develop that gift. You have to work on it. You have to nurture it. You have to believe in it enough to invest in it. Your gift in its raw form is not enough. A diamond in the ground is just a rock until somebody digs it up and polishes it. Your gift is the same way. It needs to be refined. It needs to be sharpened. It needs to be grown. Stop sleeping on your gift. Stop hiding your gift because you are scared of what people might think. Stop downplaying your gift because you do not want to seem arrogant. Stop comparing your gift to somebody else's gift and feeling like yours is not good enough. Your gift is your gift. It is unique to you. Nobody else can do what you do the way you do it. Some of you do not even know what your gift is yet, and that is okay. But you need to start the process of discovering it. What do you do that feels natural? What do you do that people always compliment you on? What do you do that makes you lose track of time? What do you do that energizes you instead of drains you? Those are clues. Those are hints. Those are arrows pointing you toward your gift. Your gift is your ticket. Your gift is your way out. Your gift is what is going to open doors that your education cannot open, that your connections cannot open, that your money cannot open. There are rooms you are supposed to be in that you cannot buy your way into, but your gift can get you in. There are levels you are supposed to reach that you cannot network your way to, but your gift can take you there. Find your gift, develop your gift, walk in your gift, and watch it make room for you. Let me tell you something about success. At some point you are going to have to jump. You cannot stay safe forever. You cannot play it small forever. You cannot stand on the edge looking down forever. At some point you have to leap. You have to take the risk. You have to bet on yourself. You have to step out into the unknown and trust that something will catch you. You can stand on that cliff your whole life. You can look down and analyze the distance. You can calculate the risk. You can make pros and cons lists. You can wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, the perfect alignment of circumstances. But the perfect moment is not coming. The perfect conditions do not exist. And while you are waiting, time is passing. Life is passing. Your window is closing. You are going to have to jump scared. You are going to have to jump unprepared. You are going to have to jump before you feel ready. Because here is the truth. You will never feel completely ready. There will always be another reason to wait. There will always be another excuse to stay on the cliff. But at some point you have to say, this is it. This is my moment. I am jumping. And when you jump, I am not going to lie to you. Your parachute is not going to open right away. You are going to free fall for a while. You are going to feel like you made a mistake. You are going to wonder if you should have just stayed safe on that cliff. You are going to question everything. You are going to panic. You are going to want to go back. But you cannot go back. The only way is forward. The only way is through. But if you do not quit, if you keep falling and believing, eventually that parachute is going to open. And when it does, you are going to soar. You are going to see things you never would have seen from that cliff. You are going to experience things you never would have experienced, staying safe. You are going to understand why you had to jump. You are going to be grateful for the free fall because it taught you how to fly. The jump is scary. I am not going to pretend it is not. Everything in your body will tell you not to do it. Every logical part of your brain will give you reasons to stay where you are. Fear will scream at you to hold on to safety, but you have to do it anyway. You have to feel the fear and jump anyway. You have to hear the doubts and jump anyway. You have to see the risk and jump anyway, because staying on the cliff is scarier. Staying safe is the real risk because you will never know what could have been. Talent is overrated. I have seen talented people fail. I have seen gifted people waste their gifts. I have seen people with all the potential in the world end up with nothing. Talent is not enough. Gift is not enough. Potential is not enough. If you do not work, none of it matters. You know what does not fail? Work ethic, grinding when nobody is watching, putting in hours when everybody else is sleeping, staying in the gym when everybody else went home, studying when everybody else is partying, practicing when everybody else is relaxing. That is what separates the people who make it from the people who do not. Not talent. Work. You might not be the most talented person in the room, but you can be the hardest working person in the room. Hard work will take you further than talent ever will. The person with less talent but more drive passes the person with more talent but less drive every single time. While they are sleeping, you work. While they are partying, you work. While they are complaining, you work. While they are making excuses, you work. That is how you close the gap. That is how you level the playing field. That is how somebody with nothing becomes somebody with everything. Do not tell me you want to be successful if you are not willing to put in the work. Do not tell me you have dreams if you are not willing to sacrifice for those dreams. Success is not given, it is earned. And it is earned through relentless, consistent, disciplined work. There are no shortcuts. There are no magic formulas, there is only work. Day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, you put in the work and eventually it pays off. You plant the seeds and eventually they grow. You do the things nobody wants to do and eventually you get the things nobody else has. Outwork everybody. That is the formula. It is not complicated, it is just hard. But you can do hard things. You can sacrifice now so you can celebrate later. The question is, will you do what others will not so you can have what others do not? Who you surround yourself with matters more than you know. The people you spend time with shape who you become. The voices you listen to influence how you think. The energy you absorb affects how you feel. Your circle is not just a social thing. It is a life thing. Show me your friends and I will show you your future. You cannot hang around negative people and expect to live a positive life. You cannot hang around unmotivated people and expect to stay motivated. Some of you need to do an audit of your circle. Ask yourself, are these people adding to my life or subtracting from it? Are they lifting me or pulling me down? Not everyone who started with you is supposed to finish with you. People grow in different directions. Just because you have history with somebody does not mean you have a future with them. Guard your circle like your life depends on it. Because it does. You have to have a vision for your life. You have to see something that does not exist yet. If you cannot see it, you cannot create it. If you cannot imagine it, you cannot achieve it. Vision is the blueprint for your future. See yourself where you want to be before you get there. Visualize it, speak it, write it down. Make it real in your mind first. Your imagination is a preview of coming attractions. Start using your imagination to create the life you want, instead of worrying about the life you fear. The valley is where most people quit. The valley is where it is dark. The valley is where your faith is tested. But the valley is also where you grow. If you quit in the valley, you will never see the view from the mountain. The valley is temporary. It is a passage, not a place to live. Some of you are in the valley right now. Do not quit. You are closer than you think. Mistakes are going to happen. You are going to mess up. But learn from it. Do not keep making the same mistake over and over again expecting different results. Stop being a victim of your mistakes and start being a student of your mistakes. Extract the lesson and move forward wiser than you were before. We live in a society that wants everything now. But success does not work like that. Sometimes the delay is preparation. Sometimes the waiting period is protection. Do not rush the process. Your time is coming. Seeds grow underground before they break through the surface. So much is happening that you cannot see. Trust the timing. When it is your time, nothing can stop it. Let me talk to somebody right now who has been carrying something. You have been carrying guilt. You have been carrying shame. You have been carrying mistakes from your past. You have been letting the past tell you what your future is going to look like.